interpretation of the reality in which we live today is that given by the human being Jesus of Nazareth, who lived in the 1st century of our era. This was officially accepted in the Roman Empire in 325 AD and has since been the basis of thinking in the Western world. Although its popular presentation, Christendom, has twisted it into various self-interested religions, its central tenet is that you and I were made as part of his Son by a loving Father who foresaw everything we would do. Because of the integrity of his own nature, he therefore experienced within himself and his Son every act and word and thought you have ever had. But he mercifully remade you and the world itself in a cosmic death and resurrection that were both expressed in his Son's death and resurrection in 29 AD. So there are two worlds, parallel universes, as the quantum physicists call them, in which we can choose to live. This visible world and the invisible world of the cosmic resurrection, which is permanent. Just as the relativity of time and space implies that our Creator and his worlds exist in one eternal now, so we can choose to live in the permanent reality of the invisible world or the temporary unreality of this visible world around us. Why did our Creator do all this? Well, out of love for his Son, and a desire that you and I would enjoy that love too, by our own free choice. This is why he has gone to all this trouble and endured such agony, so that we could choose to reject him if we preferred nothingness, or acquiesce in his loving plans for our happiness. God, who is rich in mercy, out of the great love with which he loved us, even when we were dead through our trespasses, made us alive together with Christ, and raised us up with him, and made us sit with him in the heavenly places in Christ Jesus, that in the coming ages he might show the immeasurable riches of his grace in kindness towards us in Christ Jesus. Thus he gives us this present experience of a world apart from him and his ways. It's an opportunity to know what he is like in contrast to what nothingness is like. This is why we see two threads running through the life of the world. One that is full of evidences of his kindness, and the invisible renewed world. We see it in the exquisite delicacy of a flower surviving in a rubbish dump, or an act of kindness in the cruelty of war. The other thread, of course, is evident in the harshness of our society and the rampant dishonesty that governs so much of our national and international life. As we recoil and reject the self-assertion and hatred that our Maker experienced in his own temporal Son as Jesus of Nazareth, and as his own eternal Son experienced when we were first created in him before the world was made, we make our own choice. His love thus enables us to see what a godless life is like here and what a godly life is like in him. His Son's death and resurrection in Palestine in 29 AD express the cosmic death and resurrection that occurred in him in the split second of eternity, when he faced in his own heart the nothingness that is the only alternative to him. Only that cosmic death and resurrection could justify for him his forbearance towards us when we rejected his will. Only if he faced in himself, through his Son, the utter nothingness of life outside himself, could our Maker forgive and remake us and the world according to his will. So even now, there exists a new world, which is the result of a cosmic resurrection that has taken place in the eternal present of the Bible and of quantum physics. And it is possible to experience some of its power and vitality here in time.